Hello. G'day, mate.
How you doing?
I've been practicing my Australian. Can you tell?
Yeah. Oh, you're a dead ringer.
G'day, mate.
Yeah, you're a dead ringer for an Aussie.
Am I?
Yeah.
How are you, Keith Crypto Farmer?
Oh, all good. Just doing me thing.
Aren't we all?
Well,
Good
we try.
Morning. Yeah, we do. Good morning. We only have one person. We had 3 people watching about 10 seconds ago. Now we've got 1. Well, hello.
It flips and flops a lot, but
it does. But we're glad to be here. It doesn't matter who watches us.
Such is life.
Yeah. Well, hello, that lovely person, whoever you are. Show yourself. Reveal yourself to us.
So you've been hiding a fair bit lately.
Oh,
What are you scared to show your face?
I bloody well I'm not. No. I don't know. These last few weeks, life has absolutely got in the way. Not got in the way. Life is happening. And big stuff happened a few weeks ago for me, and I don't know. I think that puts a lot of things into perspective, and I've just been focusing a little bit on other things that actually aren't in the digital world.
Let me put it like this. Weren't you trying to set yourself up for a revenue stream that allowed your lifestyle to continue on with what you were doing?
Yeah.
And then a spanner got thrown in the works, and now basically everything's been turned upside down, and then you have to redo everything that you've that's just the way it is, isn't it? Like it's just it's a shit of a thing.
That's kind of it. I didn't imagine. Well, no. Do you know what? When we were going through all that thing.
What thing's that?
The thing you were just talking about, which is the spanner in the works.
But, how good I am.
Yeah. But you know what? You go into these things knowing the risks, but hoping that things turn out. And when they don't, you've just got to put contingencies in place, haven't you? But then other stuff's happened as well. And, I've been focusing a lot in the last few days and a couple of weeks on family and friends and other stuff in my life. But, of course, there's not enough time to do everything. That's the annoying thing.
Well, you should just make it so you
have time.
Have time, yeah.
I know. I mean, I don't know how I'm ever going to have time to go back to work. And by the way, 2 weeks today, I will be back full time at work.
Oh, stop it. No, I don't want to play you. Jeez, did you hear that?
What? No.
No, good. That was just in my ear. Good. I don't know how to use this Streamyard thing that well. Like, how do you bring up a page in preparation for presenting it without actually presenting it when you click on it? You know what I mean?
Oh, I see. Well, it should only present when you press share or something. I can't remember how you do it.
Yeah, I know. Yeah, when I go share screen and then I'll pick what I want. Yeah. And then I'll go share and then suddenly it's there, isn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah. And it's like, but how do I do it without actually just bringing that straight up there. Like,
Well,
can't you bring it up there?
Hang on.
No,
Hang on. Sorry. Hang on. Right, stop. How many followers have you got on TikTok?
Oh, just a few. I've been busy.
How many grow parties have you been? You have been partying non-stop, clearly. Now, for
Pretty much.
For anybody who doesn't know who's watching this, so we're trying to do independently different things on TikTok, but the thing on TikTok is, as all social media, you have to grow your following. And
the only way to do it is just to do it. That's all you can do. Like,
it's just crypto farmer. I'm now going to look at your little.
Yeah, I'm going to bring it up.
Oh, are you now? Go on, man. You bring it up.
And that's where I've got 3,000.
So you've got over 3,000 followers.
Yeah, but don't worry about how many I'm following. I just haven't cleaned that up yet. That's all.
Holy crap. That's massive.
I'm getting there.
Because you can partake in nice little things on TikTok called grow parties, where everybody's very supportive and you get lots of friends. And that's the way to do it, actually. And clearly it's been very successful for you.
But you're limited to how many times you can do stuff, because you end up being like shadow banned and that. Like, you get put in jail. They call it put in jail.
Jail.
TikTok jail.
Yeah.
Where you end up having too much happening too soon. But you know, then you sort of got to write out your bit of time, and then you just wait, and then you start pounding it again. That's cool. But,
well done.
But well, you know, like, and it's some of the new people are actually commenting and watching our videos, so that's good. That's what you want. Is
exactly
like, of course, you can get, say for argument's sake, every 100 people, you might only get 10 of them that participate in your content. But that's all you can do, is just get lots and lots of numbers and just start to build something. That's all you can do. And of course, haven't even started doing any TikTok live yet. And we'll just see what happens. But
fabulous.
because I didn't go down to the Calves because it's really windy outside, and I didn't want to get, you know, the wind noise just is so annoying in the microphone. So I thought I'll just stay in here, but I took a video of the new calves that we got in.
Cool.
So that's what I'll present.
Cool.
Labor Day holiday here in the US.
Hey, Leon. Oh, I didn't realize that. Is that like because we have like an August bank holiday, which we had last week, but maybe, is it like always the first Monday in September or something? What is Labor Day? How does that work? Is it giving thanks for working or something?
You don't know what labor is?
I do. Unfortunately, I do know what labor is.
Yeah, so Labor Day, it's to celebrate you having
but how
labor.
did it come about? Leon, tell us a little bit more about, educate the
Labor Day is usually a workers' holiday. Labor Day is usually a workers' holiday.
So, but is it like our bank holidays in terms that like everything closes, or is it only certain parts of the country closed? Do the banks close? That's always the big thing with us, whether the banks close or not. Because if the banks close, then nothing happens, and it's a bank holiday, and everybody is off.
I never knew they didn't shut. I thought that when they had a public holiday, they were always just shut.
Yeah, but we have about, I don't know how many bank holidays in a year. Is that the same in Australia? We have like 4 or 5 bank holidays in a year. So Christmas Day, Boxing Day, New Year's Day, and then we have like 2 or 3 during the year where they're bank holidays. And
I really don't know.
Oh, well, we call them bank holidays here.
We don't live anywhere near a bank, and I don't know. I have no idea.
Well, they're called bank holidays now, I think, because, you know, it signifies that, you know, for years and years, banks have closed on those days. But it's everybody. It just signifies that, like, everything stops on, well, apart from shops and things, which some stay open now. I think it's a real shame, don't you, that we used to have it when I was growing up, that on things like bank holidays, literally everything stopped. But now, even like on Christmas Day and Boxing Day, you've got things that are open. I don't know. Anyway, just my thoughts. I think it's a shame. So, Leon,
nearly all shopping's online now anyway.
Well, that's true. That is true. But I think the physical shops panic that they've got to stay open every minute of the day to try to get trade. So Leon is saying bank and government holiday, first Monday in September, end of summer, kids back to school. Yeah, it's the kind of same, but ours is a week earlier with the August bank holiday. It's the last hurrah of the summer is what we call it, or that's what I call it. And then it's all downhill really till Christmas, isn't it? Actually, no, because in the US you do big Halloween, but that I don't think that's a public holiday. But also you've got Thanksgiving, which I think is probably a public holiday, but I don't know enough about it, to be honest. Anyway, do you know what I love when we're on here? I love hearing about other, like, the lives of other people, of all our friends that live all over the world. Like when Whale Miner comes on and he's talking about New Zealand, and Leon's talking about the US, you're talking about Australia. I love it. I love it. We're a global community.
Yes.
Yes.
Oh.
Oh,
vicious. You got a vicious dog behind you.
We have. He's seen a pigeon. He's seen a pigeon, and it's never a good thing.
Is that what it was?
That's what it was. But I have news, Keith the Crypto Farmer.
Oh, okay.
And it's big news. The sun is shining here. And that is big news because literally it has been the worst summer? August. Yes. But it's been the worst August. It is literally not stopped raining. The skies have been grey. And this morning I'm looking out on sun and blue skies, and it just makes your heart sing. Doesn't it make your heart sing to hear that?
Far out, eh? Like, yeah. It's supposed to be your summer. Like, what's going on?
Well, when we have a nice September, we call it an Indian summer. I don't know if you have that term. Probably not, because you have summer. Well, in Australia, you have a lot of sun, I know. But often we get really nice Septembers and we call it an Indian summer. I don't know why. That's what we call it. Anyway, so Keith Crypto Farmer, what's going? You know I do what I'm talking about. I know. So let's move on. So tell us, Keith Crypto Farmer, what is going on in your world in terms of calf? Because last week when we were here, we were talking about Grove and exciting things. So
we're getting there. We're getting there, but we're not. Just every time I say something and I put down a timeline, then it always comes and just does a big
that doesn't matter.
So life's like that.
Yeah.
Yeah. There's if you're in the chat with Grove. No, well, if you're in the chat with Grove, you would know that there's. As much as you try not to have delays, there's always something that pops up. And believe it or not, I just couldn't believe this happened. I was attempting to transfer. I had Grove on Binance, trying to attempt to transfer it to my Grove wallet in Grove X. So then I could exchange it for Grove Coin, ready for the LP. Yeah. And normally just a wallet transfer is straightforward, yeah. And it's just a normal transfer. And so I went to do it, and it failed and failed and failed and failed. And I tried it like different amounts and different, and it was just like kept on failing. So I was like, yeah, whatever. So I contacted them, and they got back to me right away, and they said there's something with the Binance network where they were hard forking, but it shouldn't affect transfers. And I was like, oh well, I'll try it again. Fail. And then they came back to me and said something to do with the MetaMask thing, that there's some sort of issue that the hard fork has created, some sort of thing. And I thought, you got to be shitting me. Like, seriously, we use MetaMask all the time, and it can't be that, like, can't be that. and I was like, oh, well, it is what it is. Anyway, so I got up the next day, and guess what? It just worked like it was meant to work.
Oh.
So it must have just been something like that. So it just sounds like a really stupid excuse for something, because it doesn't even, it just makes me seem stupid to myself just saying it. But, because it's just a wallet transfer, like it's a nothing thing.
Yeah.
It's an absolute nothing thing. But that's what had to be done, and there was some issue that stopped it from doing the transfer. So such is life. So anyway, it's done now. And because they're on GroveX, because it's only new, they're still doing manual transfer or swaps between the two different Grove coins. So it takes about 2 days for them to do the manual swap. It just makes sure they don't have any mistakes and errors and whatever with it. So that should be getting done anytime now. And then while there was an issue with the depositing it, I asked them if they could just clean up something on the contract. Not that it was a problem, but what they did, the developers copied a fair bit of Calf V2, because it's more or less the same contract, but just a few slight little tweaks to it.
Yeah.
And when they did that, they called it Calf V2, and I wanted it as Calf, not as Calf V2. The ticker was still going to be Calf, but I just didn't want Calf V2 written anywhere on the contract.
Yeah.
Because I don't want people seeing a Calf V2 when they look up source code or whatever and go, oh, but it's a V2 contract. And they go, no, it's not. But they'll now say, yes, it is. And I was like,
yeah,
whatever. So it's like, let's use this opportunity to see if I can get that cleaned up. So that's what we're trying to do. And I'm going to see if the developers can actually, because I'm a farmer, I'm not a developer, right? It's okay. I can obviously do some contractual changes when you know what to do.
Yeah.
But when you're launching a new thing, you got to relearn how to do stuff, right? The functions. And so if you can get it correctly set by the developer prior to launch, well, then that's one less thing I have to learn at that moment in time. I'm talking about tax, right? So if I can get them to just set it at 2% buy, 2% sell, and 100% of that goes to rewards in Growth Coin, then I don't have to do anything except for airdrop everyone, add the LP, and away we go. It just is what it is. So that means that it's less stuff that I have to do before anyone does any trading, you just don't want it to be traded upon. So it was just one of those things where I thought, well, if we've got this opportunity because of this slight delay in getting LP there, then I could use this time to just ask them to remove the V2, but that means they've got to redeploy a new contract to me, because they've got to, as much as it sounds pretty simple to do it, but wherever there's a V2 in the contract, it's got to be removed, and then they've got to make sure they do it all correctly and stuff, and then redeploy a contract and send it to me. But, so yes, I delayed it a little bit because the money delay in getting it across. I thought it was a good opportunity just to try and get everything so it's absolutely 100% before it's launched. And hopefully with the, like I'm saying, with the settings done right already, so then I don't have to try and learn how to do it. Because as you could imagine, when you get a developer build you a contract, it's very difficult to get after sale service. Because it costs a lot of money to get a developer to be on call. So you basically got to learn. You got to learn how to do basic things yourself. And it's not that hard to do. That's correct. But the thing is that when you've got a limited time from airdropping putting LP and then making adjustments, if you can just remove one of those things, which is like making adjustments, it just makes life so much easier. And so you just don't have to worry about it, like that in itself would just be bloody good. And so I was like, fine, whatever, I'll just do that. And then it's just done. Whether people like it or not, I don't know, but I'm just doing it to get it right the first time, and such is life. Like it's just one of those things. So that's what's happening. Yeah. So hopefully midweek I might hear something. I'm not trying to lock down bloody times or dates or nothing. It's just
well, I mean,
tech stuff just gives you the shits. It really does. It's just it's a do it yourself and you'll soon learn what I mean, where it's just try and get things done. And it's
thank you.
Bloody difficult.
I mean, the like you said, the problem is that so much of it is out of your hands, right? Because you're relying on other people.
Yeah, well, I can't do any of that.
To do their stuff. So you're always working on somebody else's time frame.
Yeah, that's just the way it is.
Which is never really a good thing, because their priorities are very rarely the same as your priorities.
But unless you could pay a shitload of money to have your own developer, that's just the way it is.
Exactly. Yeah.
And that's to a shitload of money to have your own developer on call to do your stuff with.
Yeah, exactly.
So that's just the way. And I know that some of the prices that are being quoted through the Nick thing seem quite outrageous, because I know that other developers like Bob and that have said that, those prices don't correlate, and Bob's right. But but for a little project, it's still a lot of money.
Yeah, of course.
Regardless whether it's, even if it's a couple of $1,000, it's a lot of money for a little project.
Yeah.
So you're talking about different scales of stuff.
Yeah.
But there's a few things there's always a few things ticking on in the background. You do your thing. But most of it at the moment is blockchain related, where there's a lot of, believe it or not, in the community, there's a lot of opportunities that are starting to present themselves. It's difficult. I can't explain much of this yet, but there's some possibilities for a few different things to happen. So, it's just what it is in the crypto space. You just, you just keep doing your thing, and you just
hope for the best. Yeah. Okay, well, but I, for one, as a little investor in Calf, would much rather wait a few more days for it to all be right than for you to feel pressured into pushing forward and then we have an error or something.
It'd just be good. It'd be just good if it's preset correctly the first time.
Yeah, exactly.
That's where I would like it just to be more correct. Obviously not more correct, to be correct. You know, when I know how to do it, like
Leon, a farmer always works day in, day out, has to deal with whatever comes. There you go. So whether it's a farmer farming his farm or whether he's in crypto, yes.
Yeah, right. I know how to deal with challenges and stuff like that. The Grove's talking to me.
Hold the front page. Even Monty is looking up saying, what's going on?
Just, that's right. Just bear with me for a minute.
Keith, where have you gone? Keith, you always do this to me. Always. And I've got nothing to talk about because I've got no interests. Got nothing going on. So we got two people watching us at the moment. One is Leon. Who is the other one, I wonder? I don't think it's Well Miner, because Well Miner would have said hi. Are you going to say hello to us? I don't know. Anyway, so I don't really have any crypto updates to give you because beyond what Keith has said, because I'm kind of out of the loop a little bit. And I haven't really done much in crypto for several weeks, which is bad of me, I know, because this is a crypto YouTube. But anyway, so I don't really have anything to update you on there. And I don't have anything to update you on anything because my life is so boring.
I just thought I'd hang you out and just see what you were doing.
Well, look at Leon. He's watching on both channels because that's the kind of guy he is.
Good on you, Leon. We got to have someone. That's good. Gino's got COVID at the moment, so he's not around. So he's not feeling very good.
Well, if you watch this on replay, hope you get better soon.
So
COVID, Gino, is that a thing back in us? I know Gino's not. Where's Gino? Gino's in
Australia. Yeah,
he's in Australia. Is COVID on the rampage again, or is it just unlucky that he got it?
It's just what it is. It's just a thing.
Yeah.
Like we've had it in our house, but only one kid's had it.
Yeah.
No one else has had it.
That was nearly 4 years ago. Isn't that crazy? The whole COVID thing. Well, it's 3.5 years ago.
Yeah, I know it's and how many civil liberties were given up during that time, you know, like
I know. Yeah. Seems weird now, doesn't it? It was such an incredible, I don't mean incredible positive necessarily, but incredible time across the world. And here we are. Do you know what I find incredibly depressing, actually, is that I really felt, I think a lot of people did, that, you know, the pause button was pressed during COVID on kind of everything, literally everything. And I just felt quite hopeful during COVID that something positive might come of it. And yet here we are nearly 4 years later, and the world seems to be spiraling out of control in every department. I don't know. It just feels like we're going backwards in so many respects. But there you go.
Yeah, it's tough, isn't it? Like, I don't really like how freedoms got removed.
No.
And a lot of people were essentially like abused, like for like just sitting in a park or whatever it might be, you know, like it's just stupid overreach of governments. And you know, like we like, I would have never thought that most of the, like, I know in Western Australia we had bugger all, yes, because we were essentially, we put up these bars between us and the rest of the world. You know, we had a big moat around half of it, and the other half you couldn't get in. So, you know, and you couldn't fly in, so it was fixed. Because they sealed us off from everywhere, you know, we just lived in our space and just did our thing and nothing really changed. But I know that in some cities like Melbourne or whatever, they had lockdowns that were, you know, they had the title for the longest lockdown in the world. You know, there was a lot of lockdown stuff, and it was in Australia. Like, I would have thought that the stuff that I'd seen happen, I never thought I would ever see happen in Australia. But it's was just, you know, it just shows you that governments actually just, when they've given an opportunity to have power, they just take it and they use it. And to a great degree, they abused it. And there was just nothing that the little people could do, you know. It's just, it was what you would call scary times when it comes to seeing the ability of a democratic government and what they can do. Like, we're not living in an authoritarian regime. We are a democratic, where, you know, our politicians work for us.
Yeah.
And yet we were just, treated like second-class citizens,
Yeah.
like it's just, and your
Yeah.
civil liberties and stuff is just, where you just got to do what you're told to do, and
Yeah. That's it. Yeah.
You're obviously talking
Ellie.
about me, Ellie. Hi, Ellie.
Hello, Ellie. How are you, my love? Oh.
Thank you, Ellie.
Ellie, are you still? Where are you now? Is she still in? Where is it? Ellie goes. Cyprus. That's it. Well, Ellie, we have not, back in Blighty, we have not been melting in the heat. Let me tell you, it's been bloody awful back here. But I was saying just now to Keith, the crypto farmer, the sun is shining today and it's gorgeous. It's one of those beautiful September days, that we have sometimes here. Yes, Cyprus. Oh, I know the heat down there has been incredible, hasn't it? But we've had none of it here. None of it. Just saying.
Now that Ellie's here.
Yeah.
Now that Ellie's here, I'm going to steal the show for a minute.
Are you? Are you going to give us a TikTok?
Yeah, I'm going to show you my TikTok.
Ellie, I'll come back to the job situation once we've seen Keith's little TikTok. It's a sad tale, but not sad.
You got a job.
I did get a job, which is sad. No, it's good, but it's sad. So yes, I did. As Keith's doing that, are you loading up your TikTok?
No, I'm ready to do it.
Yeah, you do that, and then we'll come back. We'll come back to that.
No.
So what are you showing us? What are you showing us?
I'll show you what
Calves.
Yeah, I'll show you what I did today.
Oh, look at you!
You can hear that, can't you?
Yeah.
Hello again. Hey. These are the 6 new calves that we got in yesterday that I was feeding last night. Turn the camera around. They're all happy having, well, you only see 3 on this side. I'll swing around here and then you'll see the other 3.
Oh, look.
I think they're kind of happy.
No.
Right. They're quite busy doing their thing, drinking all their transition milk that they get. Take care of them. See you later. See you later.
Very cool. Love it. Oh.
So that's why I was just feeding those ones this morning. So I thought I haven't been really, well, we haven't had new calves, so till now, of course. Yes, last week I had 2 new ones. But they're out in the paddock now, and then we got this group of 6 all together, and then today we picked up 1 heifer.
Nice.
So the I'll get sleep here.
Are we keeping you up, Keith the crypto farmer?
Yeah, I'm tired. I see there's a new calf on the paddock, so we'll be getting one tomorrow as well by the looks of it. So. But I've no idea what that one is. So.
Munch them, munch. Gorgeous. Well, it's good to see calves coming back in.
Yeah,
so this is the beginning of the calf season again, is it now?
Yeah, it goes all the way through for the next 10 or 11 months or whatever.
Yeah, nice. Very cool. Well, we shall look forward to seeing more and more as they come. Lovely. So just to go back to Ellie's question really quickly. Yes, Ellie, I do have a job. I am going to be an academic registrar again, which is what I was doing prior to all of this. At a fantastic, actually, it's a really good job. It's a really good university. It's in the north of England, which is quite a drive from here. It's about 120 miles from here, but I'm hoping I could do a lot of work from home. And when I do have to be on campus, my parents live not far from the university, about 20 miles from the university. So I'll be staying with them. So it's like a double bonus because I'll be able to spend a lot of time with them. And so it's just a 6-month contract. Because what I've decided is I don't want to be in full-time employment anymore. I don't want to be employed anymore. I know it sounds weird, but I want it all on my terms, actually. So what I've decided to do, instead of going for full-time, like permanent contracts, I'm going to be a contractor. So I'm going to work short-term contracts, because what I'm hoping is I can work for maybe the next 6 or 7 months and then take a few months off before I kind of dive back in again. Oh, look, that's Keith telling me I'm talking too much. I'm talking too much about stuff that's nothing to do with anything. He's gone. I don't know where he's gone. So I'll just keep on until he comes back. So yeah, so I start 2 weeks today, which means that I won't be on these lives anymore, but we might move them to a Sunday so that I can continue. Yeah, I'm kind of mixed feelings. Don't get me wrong, I'm really happy to have the work. I was really delighted to get it, but I have had such a great time in this last 12 months, not working and just doing my thing. So it's going to be a little bit of a shock going back, gotta say. But I'm up for it. I'm up for the challenge. See what happens. So whilst Keith is away, oh, he's back. He's back. Were you just telling me I was doing too much talking?
No, not at all. I knew you were going to go into a life story, so I was like, fine, I'm going to go for a walk and I'll come back.
Very cheeky. Ellie, cute calves and parents. They are cute, aren't they? They're absolutely gorgeous. Thank you, Ellie. Yeah, I shouldn't sound negative because it's great to get the job. But I kind of wish I didn't have to work, But yeah, it'd be good. Yeah, no, I won't be moving. I will be spending quite a bit of time up there, certainly to begin with. Will you still come on YouTube? Yes, I'm going to try.
I think I'll fix this up because we got like the talk hour or something. That's all that's going on here. Right, fine.
You're very cheeky. That's all I'm saying. Very cheeky. This is what I've got to put up with, folks. This is why, actually, the true reason why I've had to get a job, because I just can't stand it anymore. Oh dear. Yeah, even once a week would be lovely. Yes, absolutely. So that's my life story finished. That's it. It's done.
She's done now, so might as well go back to me.
You're very naughty. Keep the crypto farmer.
No, yeah, it's just life throws its
life.
Like it's just what it is. Like you just got to. Unfortunately, you just have to deal with it and put your big boy boots on and
get
into it.
It's funny though, I was looking at some of my little investments just over the weekend.
Oh, how's your Sophie going?
Yeah, Sophie's going great, thanks. But beyond all of that, I do have little pockets that I'd kind of forgotten about that I've just left. And of course, they're all terrible in the minute because...
Like your 10 Bitcoin.
Well, yeah, like my 10 Bitcoin that I've forgotten about. If only. But I do have, before I got into Safe and all of that, I had invested in probably only 3 or 4 different projects. And of course, they're all doing terribly at the moment. But I did think, God, maybe this time next year we will be firmly back in the bull run. And
obviously, knows, I was joking, Ellie. I was joking.
No, I really don't. Ellie,
when Coffee's video came out, that was the end of that.
You know what? I still haven't watched that.
The Yomp God's a bit scared, and yeah,
I
he's
think so. I did see, I was following a little bit over. I caught a comment from somebody about the Yomp project that it had rugged. I just think, oh, par for the course, isn't it, really? Par for the course. Yeah. I mean, it is going to be interesting. You know, we've been in the doldrums for so long, haven't we, in this bear run, in this bear market, you know. And, you know, I think ever since I think I triggered the bear market because I got into crypto like 2 weeks before it hit or something. And I literally cannot wait for, fingers crossed, it will all come back and rally. But you know, if we believe history, then that will happen. And like I was saying, I'm in just a few little projects that I've got nice little holdings, and who knows? I mean, if some of those take off, I could be sitting very pretty this time next year. Well, but it's all ifs and buts, isn't it?
I'll tell you the thing I've had a win on lately.
Yeah.
Is that I had someone on my live stream with me, and his name was Daniel.
Oh yes. Oh look. Sorry to intrude. Do you see that was the current Mr. Chalk bringing me my breakfast?
Far out, eh?
I know. Anyway.
Labor Day, see?
Yeah. So sorry, you were saying. I am going to eat my toast. Excuse me. I'll turn the microphone off so you can't hear me.
Yeah, well, on live stream, I had Daniel from Rev Token, and so I was talking all about Rev Token, and you know, I actually liked what they did or what they're doing. I spoke quite a bit about them yesterday. I did a live stream and I was talking about them a fair bit, and I was showing their chart and stuff. Because don't get too carried away with bloody moonshot stuff and all this sort of stupid like 10x and whatever. Like, yeah, I don't care. But you can look it up yourself, Rev Token. The links are in my Discord. There's a Rev Token channel in there. So by all means have a look. But it's a fairly high taxing token where you've got 10% buy and 10% sell. But it's like what I'm doing with Calf, where all of the money goes in rewards in Matic. And the so you know, like I bought one BNB's worth, and then that there, what's a BNB? $250 or something? I don't know, something like that.
About Australian or US?
No, US.
I looked yesterday; it was 213, I think.
Oh well, whatever it is, anyway. But that my holdings of Rev at the moment are about 1,200, and that's with the 10% tax taken out. So you know, like that's a few times, and it's a week old now, just ticking along doing its thing. I've actually, I can show. Actually, I can present that. I know we don't talk about other project stuff when we're doing our live stream, but I had these guys on me on a live stream, so you know, but this is their chart. Obviously, for once, there's actually some cells. These cells here is the contract cells, which is just for getting the Matic that are paid out in rewards to people. That's what these little... That is getting presented, isn't it? Because, yes, you're gone quiet and I'm on the other screen, so I wasn't sure. But that's what now. These are. These little cells that you see happen on Rev is the contract cells.
Yeah.
and for a long time, that's all it was contractual stuff. But
Yeah.
looks like someone's done their thing here.
Yeah.
That's the same wallet and that. I haven't looked into it. I haven't asked. I don't know.
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
it's just doing its thing. Like,
That's a nice looking
you know,
chart,
like,
isn't it?
yeah, it's good. And you know, like if you go on to days, it's just doing
Steady.
its thing.
Yeah.
You know,
Yeah.
we don't want it to go stupid. They don't want it to go
Yeah.
stupid, but you know, obviously there's a couple of top wicks, and if it just sort of hovers around that ground there and just gets some volume, happy days. Because
Yeah.
you got to remember that with things like Rev, is that you get paid in rewards, which is paid in Matic.
Yeah.
So it's good. Like in the week that I've had my Matic, had my Rev token, I've got, hang on, $3.30 in Matic, as well as the price has gone up as well. So, but you know, of course, the price will come down at some stage, yes, and it will go every which way. You call it whatever you want, you know, like but it's only early days, and it's just ticking along doing its thing. So, what I like is that it doesn't look like it's full of big whales and stuff, you know. Like I think that it's you know, because there's no big whale wallets that have bought heaps of the stuff, I don't think it's going to suffer, you know, any massive plunge on the market.
Yeah.
But I don't know. It's hard to say. I don't know. Just throwing around ideas. I'm not trying to give any sort of financial advice or anything.
It looks as if Ellie got it in as well. Look, it bought in at 0.048, around 0.8 BNB, around 150 bucks worth.
Yeah, good. Yeah,
I think she's speaking about Rev there, because she's saying it's cute, slow and steady. Yeah, that chart looks
it's
nice.
just doing its thing.
And you don't often see charts like that at launch, because they just go crazy, don't they?
Yeah, I know, but that's the thing. We don't want it to go crazy stupid. Like, their volume isn't that great. Like, where you're talking about, say, 1,500 to 3,000 a day. But if it's just steady, it's all good. Like, you don't have to be in a bloody sprint all the time. Like, everyone wants all these mega pumps, and what happens with mega pumps? You always get mega dumps. You know, it's just annoying. And what Rev is trying to do is to have a more sustainable thing. And I'm working with the team on Rev for Calf. They are helping me, and I'm trying to help them. And we work together. And you know, like, I get on great with the guys. We're trying to change the crypto space from being all bloody scammy and rug pull and just fake shit. We're trying to be different than that. And that's all we can sort of try and do, is just produce things that hopefully just do something without being parabolic. Because the problem is, you get, you know, 1,000x or whatever in no time, then of course you end up with a great big dump, and it's like, you know, I personally don't like that sort of stuff, you know. Like, I know that degen plays, people love that sort of shit, you know, where they just get on stuff and it just pumps hard, and they seem to love the adrenaline of it all, you know. Like, like watching the lotto numbers come out, and then, did I get the last two numbers? No, but damn. And it's like, it's the same thing, but just don't, you know, change the mindset a little bit and just sort of accept a buy as a journey, rather than just like for mega returns, mega straight away. You know?
I think one of my biggest learning points for myself through this whole crypto thing that I've been on is, I mean, I think everybody to some degree loves a degen play, you know, that kind of hope that you're going to make big bucks within seconds or whatever. But it doesn't actually sit well with me and my, I don't know, call it values, beliefs, whatever, because, you know, the reason why I've hooked onto Calf and one or two other projects is because I want the projects to do well. So I'm not interested in going in quickly and making a big buck and pulling all my funds out. I'm interested in projects that are going to grow. So although the prospect of a little degen play makes me happy, it also doesn't sit well with me because I'm not the kind that just wants to go in and take what I can for myself. And I think anybody that is in that mindset, and I know you're the same, Keith, and that's why people are into Calf, because we see it as a long-term refi, I think, is where my heart lies. And so I'm always a bit conflicted with degen plays because it's kind of, yeah, but am I going to damage the project by pulling out? It's weird. I don't think I'm set up to be a degen, I think is what I'm saying. I don't think my values and beliefs allow me really to be a true degen because I don't want to damage things, which is stupid. You have to be selfish, don't you? I think. And you have to be in a place that you don't care about the project.
Yeah, the degen plays are very much like that, where you just don't get attached to anything at all.
Yeah.
Where it's just pure buy, make money, look at it from greed, if you want to say, and then get the hell out of there and then just move on with your life. But it's like with Rev. The problem I have with Rev, and this is a very distinct problem, and this is the same problem I have with, I shouldn't say this, but with my own project, is that they're projects that I don't want to sell.
Exactly.
Like I want to hold on to whatever I have, come hell or high water, because I just feel that the refi stuff, you sort of got this attachment to it. I know that's kind of, it shouldn't be that way. Yes, and I know with Rev, I should look at it as just make money. But regardless on my point of need, I'm not that sort of person where I just want to buy in and dump on someone. I'm just not that. I just don't like that sort of stuff. Call me a bad investor, call me whatever you want, but it's just not me to want to do that to a project, and to a good project. It's just not me. But I know this space is kind of weird because it's amazing how many times when as a project owner, when you're contacted by people and then they tell you things, but essentially they're telling you things that they want you to maybe make an adjustment that suits their bag. And so you got to think of, they're coming from an angle of wanting to get an advantage, like a point of greed. And there's many examples that I have, but I'm not going to just spew them out here. But it's just the way it works in this space where, unfortunately, there's just so much degen stuff, greed stuff that, get yourself a project and you'll know what I'm talking about, because they come out of the woodwork. You'll find them. They'll find you, I should say, and be looking for ways in which they can manipulate your market so it suits them, but of course not your project.
Well, you've got to have a ruthless streak, haven't you, if you're going to be a true degen?
If you're going to do but like when I bought Rev, is that I made the pledge to the boys at Rev, Daniel and Jared, that I would buy a B&B. I couldn't afford to do anything more than that, but I'd buy that and I'll just leave it there and see what happens. Because I couldn't care less. Like, sure, that sounds like a bad attitude. Yeah, whatever. But, I don't want to be a degen player on their thing. And I hope that, I know the support is reciprocated, but I know my level of support is only small, but unfortunately, it's only within the means of what I can do. But, that's just this last 12 months of dealing with all the SAFU stuff. And Hi, Mr. Chalky.
Keith saying hi. He says hi, Keith. How are you?
Oh, hi, Dave. How are you?
Got my coffee now, see?
Yeah, tough voice. You know, I this last 12 months or whatever, dealing with all the SAFU stuff and that, it's kind of just, I understand where a lot of people, it's taken the wind out of their sails, and believe me, it's certainly taken a lot of wind out of mine.
Yeah.
Where it's just changed your mindset to a degree, and I'm certainly not turned into more greedy because of it. I just maybe just go whatever. Like I set a goal or an amount, and I tie no commitment to it. I'll just let it sit there, do its thing. We'll see how we go on the project, and we'll just hopefully have a good ride, and just watch the ups and downs, and hopefully that it turns out all right. And just let it have a bit more of a long-term shot rather than all this stupid pumpy-dumpy stuff.
Pumpy-dumpy, I love that.
Oh, so annoying, though, isn't it?
Yeah, no, it is. And I mean, I think we know this, but Ellie is very much, I think, of the same mindset. She gives some nice little advice down here. Where is it? Let me see. From my experience, you must, to invest profits in yeah, absolutely. From my experience, you must in bull markets take profits. But then rebuy the projects you love. Absolutely. Ellie lost 118K in the last bear because she held too long. It's so hard, isn't it? It's so hard. It's that when do you get out? Rev is one I want to hold long term also for Matic. Now, Matic's interesting. What is the price of Matic at the minute? I've kind of.
It's only about, it's in the 50-cent range or something like that.
When I first got, because the first project I ever bought into was on that blockchain. What's it called? Polygon, is it? Anyway, it's the Matic blockchain. So that was the first kind of thing that I got into. And when I was buying Matic back then, it was at $2.50, 60 or something.
Yeah. It's about 50 cents. I've got $3.32, and I've got just over 6 Matic at the moment. But that's why with the new calf, it's getting rewarded in Grove Coin. Now I know that Grove Coin, if you looked at the chart on that, you'd be quite disappointed because it's going back the other way. It's got a steady decline over the long term now for quite some time. But what you got to remember is that it's just a blockchain that's trying to get projects onboarding. That's hence me to get volume, to start doing something, that's just, you've always got these phases where you've got this from the idea of a blockchain into delivering the blockchain, but then getting the volume on your blockchain. And it's that point of delivering it to getting the volume that you've always got this little bit of a funny area where you can't really sustain the growth. And so it just takes time. And so, but regardless, the rewards are paid out in Grove Coin with the new calf. And you can do whatever you like with it. Obviously, you can sell it straight away. You don't have to hold on to it. It's yours to do whatever you want. So you can sell it out straight away. Whenever you get it, you can just sell it. And who cares? Just do it. Just I'm not going to tell you to hold on to it and take the risks on the market. But if you choose to do so, that's great. I would think that holding a blockchain coin would be. I went with the blockchain coin because I thought that holding a coin would be better than just picking a token. As a reward mechanism, as a reward thing. I just thought that being the blockchain coin would be better than something other, but they chose Matic because they like Matic, and that's fine. You pick whatever you want. But that was just my thoughts into why Grove. What it does, I don't know, but we're just got to see what happens. But what I do like one of the biggest things of doing the rewards in the blockchain coin is that because the Treasury wallet will earn Grove coin to add to the liquidity pool, I'll be selling some of that Grove coin to buy what? Calf. And then I'll be adding it to the Grove coin that's remaining to then add to LP.
Yeah.
What does that mean? Green candle, no red candle.
We love a green candle.
Yeah, because it's putting that reward, which was taxed, into buying more calf, which is, to add it to the LP. So that's what I like about it, is less transactions. That's why picking the blockchain coin was like more or less the way for me to do it, because I didn't want to.
We do, Ellie. We do.
What's a Viagra candlestick formation?
One that goes up. Let's just leave it at that. Do you know what Viagra is?
No, I wouldn't know.
Okay. Maybe this is a UK-centric kind of joke. Let's just say that Viagra is something that blokes take.
For goodness sake.
And so the candles will be going up. That's all I'm going to say.
It's for your heart. High altitude. It's for when I go rock climbing.
It's not for your heart.
Yeah.
Or maybe it is. I'm loving the advice Ellie is giving us all here. So you need to make a spreadsheet, long-term lays, short-term accumulation plays, and exit targets in bull markets to then rebuy in bear, and 5 times grow bag for next round. Fantastic. I literally can't wait for the bull run. Ellie's in full crypto full time, so I have to balance profit, living, and long-term growth.
Yeah.
Same with me. I bought the Rev I could afford, and the Matic will be my profits. If ever volume goes up a lot and it gets to 5-10 times, then from here I will then take out my capital and then let the rest ride.
Yeah. See, that's what I think I'll do, Ellie, is that when it gets to a certain point, I think that I'll take out my 1 BNB, maybe 1 BNB plus a bit, just to go, at least I'm in front.
At least you've got something,
like 1.1 BNB, and say I'm in front, like I'm in profit. So whatever happens, at least I'm in profit, but of course, let's get it up to double where it is now, and then make that decision to do that. Maybe something like that is probably the smartest way to do it, because at least then you can't lose, can you? It's always there regardless.
Ellie is the TA master of green candles. I'm loving this. And look what she says here. I will start videos as well soon. Ellie, you could start by coming on with us.
Ellie, you can be our personal assistant for chart stuff. Our personal technical analysis.
TA master.
Yeah. We need one of them.
Cool.
I know Calf is just way too tiny to TA, but it would be interesting to hopefully things progress.
Yeah.
There's some things that I'm doing that I just can't say on the live stream, but there might be some other opportunities for you to do something at some point too. Because I know that you enjoy being in their little community, and we absolutely love having you in this community.
Yeah.
So of course, people like yourself and Whale Miner, that are working a lot in the crypto space.
Look at this.
I'd love having.
Ellie's going to come on. She could be our new partner in crime. Not that we're criminals, just quickly. There's enough of that. I was
going to say partners in crime.
It's a saying.
What channel are you on?
It's a saying.
I think I'll just do that. We don't want to be partners in crime, everyone. It's just, that's not going to happen. No partners in crime. Okay.
As soon as I said it, I thought I shouldn't have said that.
Yeah, foot and mouth.
There's too much crying going on. And don't we know it? Brilliant. I really want to get into trading again. Ooh. But in the winter, when I'm alone now, I'm with the oldies for 2 months. Oh, nice. Look, Ellie, you've already got a fan. Would love to see Ellie's portfolio and learn how to trade properly.
This is what we're trying to do. Well, what I've been trying to do with Wild Miner and, of course, with Ellie, to have more educational sort of stuff. And even Confirmant will probably do something as well. I'm not sure, because he's doing his own paid service at some point. So that's a different thing again. But of course, I love our little own community stuff, like if we can strike up, friendships and relationships with people within our own little space and do stuff, then I reckon it's really good. Like I
agree.
I really, really enjoyed just the people that are, getting their hands dirty in the nitty gritty and of the project, as well as, offering sort of good content to go forward with. 100%.
I love this. So I'm going to read this out. You've got to pretend I've got my white cat here. We could always provide yum for the community. Sorry, I should have done it in an Australian accent.
Oh, yomp. Who would ever buy into that shit? It was never going to be anything, you twits. Like,
it's vile, isn't it?
There might have been someone that made $1 somewhere if you were bloody lucky to do something at the right time. But it was never going to be like with the ESCOs. It was never set up for you to get in front. I knew that with the ESCOs and, of course, with Yomp. That's why I never touched any of them, because I knew that it was just going to be just the wrong thing done. And I mean, it was.
So we were talking a few minutes ago about the fact that I personally am a really bad DJ, because I would just want things to do well, right? And I want everybody to do well and all of that. But just speaking about the Yomp God, this is why we never got along. Me, you, and him. This is why we fell out big style many months ago, because you cannot get any further to the other extreme in terms of mindset, approach.
Yeah.
No conscience whatsoever. I think literally it was pricked from his head when he was born. I don't know. But how you can treat people, the community like that,
with such contempt.
I can't even imagine. It's so far from our understanding. It's can't even contemplate.
I find it bad enough to have a project which has its own ups and downs, to just deal with that sort of letting the people down type feeling, let alone having something where I've done it deliberately. Like, like for my own personal gain, I mean.
Exactly.
Like, that would just... I just don't get that shit. I just, I know.
I don't think we ever will. We can sit here and spend hours dissecting it, but we're just never going to get it. Ellie, Leon is so cute.
Leon.
He is. You're right. I have been through so much.
Leon, you've got yourself a fan. Typical. All the other guys.
He's got 2 fans.
All the other guys come. Typical. All the guys come in and just steal my thunder.
Yeah.
They don't see. The problem is, Leon, is that they don't want to be with someone that's disabled. That's all it is. They look for more blokey. Less injured, and I just don't fit it.
But we love you, Keith the Crypto Farmer, and that's all.
Oh yeah, sure you do.
We love you. Ellie has been through so much crypto shit. I can at least help others not to make the same mistakes. Fantastic. Yeah, I agree. And I haven't made a a YouTube video apart from going on lives. I haven't made one for months and months and months, but I keep thinking I am going to make one about, you know, if you're getting into crypto, you need to be aware of A, B, C, D, E, F, G down to Z, and they're not good. Anyhow, oh, sorry, we did it again. Look, I know why bought that shitcoin. I think she's talking about Yomp.
Who bought it?
Well, quite a few people did, and now they're left literally holding the Yomp baby.
Ellie, you didn't buy it, did you? Surely not. Like, if you're no way. you couldn't
I don't think
have
she did. No, I think she's saying who would have bought it.
Yeah. Yeah, I know there's a lot of stuff going on over there. Yeah.
We need to all band together and give Wall Street such a short squeeze of their asses that they will never want to ride us on retail again. Ellie, yeah. You just don't know where all this is going to end up, do we? That's the problem. We were talking about governments at the beginning in relation to COVID, but, you know, then you talk about it in relation to all this side of things.
Financial control.
Exactly. Exactly. It's funny, whenever I talked about getting into crypto with the current Mr. Chalk, I mean, we still have conversation about it now, but he'd always say the government's and my dad says the same, the government's never going to let you do that. You know that, don't you? The government's never going to let crypto really get a hold. It's going to be interesting to watch this whole space.
Of course, Ellie, we know.
What does Ellie say there? Hold on. Since 2018,
no way to buy.
Suppressing the price of BTC with the futures leverage bullshit. Yeah. Sorry, I interrupted.
That was just that she didn't buy Yomp.
No. But several people did. There was some real believers in there.
Yeah, and I just can't believe it that some people decided to shill for it.
I know.
And
I know.
Like,
I don't
seriously.
know if those people made money out of it.
Yeah, but it doesn't matter. If you know the history, how could you even go near it? Like, because you know you are directly getting people ripped off. Yeah. That is it. You know that 100% that you are getting people scammed.
Yes.
And how can you ever have a clear conscience with yourself? Like, it's just crazy. Like, I just can't believe it.
And I think now,
of course, they know who they are.
Yeah, I think we all know. I mean, I literally joined the Yomp Discord weeks ago just to watch what was going on, really. But I think over the weekend, obviously the announcement was made by the Yomp God that it was closing down, and everybody had 14 days. But then I think they've taken away all the Discord. Discord's still there, but they've taken away the ability of anybody to talk and discuss. I mean, that's disgusting, because you've got, where do people go to even talk to each other to get?
No, what was even better? What was even better was that he had his announcement and the 1% tax, because that's a fair and equitable and the proper thing to do. And then straight away he deleted that comment, that statement, and he upped the tax to 10%.
I mean, disgusting.
So it's like whoever does have anything left is going to have 9% less now. And it's just like you've only got yourself to blame. Seriously, like it was never ever going to be anything, you know. Like it's just crazy. Of course, it's going to get the rug pulled out from it, you know. Like,
I wonder how much he made from that little few weeks of madness.
Know. But that's why I just get so annoyed with people actually shilling that shit. Like, because you know that you're just getting people set up to lose their money. Yeah. It's never going to be a play where you're going to be able to make money. So
No.
degen it all you like, but you're going to be a losing degener. Like your chances of any success are so remote. It's just crazy. Leon got his first
I got my
Discord ban
for posting the Brian Legend scammer Medium article. Where were you banned from? From Yomp, I presume. No. Tell us where you were banned from. Vulcan? No. Leon, we're proud of you, mate. Proud of you. You can join the Banned by BL group.
I've had a fair bit to do with, as you know, with Chris Cruz and talking about the new blockchain and stuff like that.
Yeah.
But I don't understand this payout shit that they've done of paying Jason and Brian out of their tokens, where now they've had a return for their tokens. We haven't.
No. And
it's like, yeah, great. Thanks for that, mate. You give away half the liquidity just so they've got a return on their investments, even though it wasn't theirs in the first place. And our legitimately bought tokens have
halved in price.
Very difficult to get a realized return. Like, it's going to be very difficult for,
I suppose, though, the payoff,
whatever they call it.
There must have been
I know.
I mean, it's an impossible situation, isn't it? Because you literally can't win. You either pay them off or they're around like a bad smell for years.
But at the end of the day, negotiating with scammers or terrorists or whatever is just not a good thing to do.
No.
Like, it's just, I don't know the finer details. Yeah, I get it. I don't know. But just on the face value, it just doesn't look good. But, I don't know.
Yeah, I mean, I just wish we all had a bit of a view into the next 12 months, see where this is all going to head. But, we have no choice, because literally we have no choice but to stick around and see what happens.
No, Leon, either way we're stuck. Like, it's just what it is.
Yeah. Leon, we are proud of you. Proud. That's all I can say. Proud of you. Yeah. Anyhow, now Keith Crypto.
You've heard it here first, Leon.
We're proud of you, mate. Proud. We should have a badge, shouldn't we? A little, like, literally, I'm going to make a badge, I think, and send it to anybody who's been banned ever by BL, because we're proud of each other. Now, Keith Crypto Farmer, we have been going for 1 hour and 17 minutes. 1 hour and 17 minutes.
Yeah, but because I'm not in the shed, we're allowed to.
It's amazing what we can talk about, isn't it?
Yeah, well, normally on these live streams, we've only just stuck to calf stuff, but obviously we've moved a bit away from that.
Yeah, but that's okay. I think that's okay.
But on the other hand,
sorry. We've done it again. Hello there, Igor.
Hello.
What did you say?
There you go, mate.
Igor.
Thank you very much.
Igor. Tell us, is it Igor or Igor?
Well, it's an I, not an E.
Yeah, but I've heard it pronounced Igor. Maybe it's just a European thing. I would say Igor.
No, I think it's just a pommy thing.
Well, hello anyway.
Oh, geez, he got Igor. Typical.
Igor, he never listens to me. Ever.
Yeah, that's one way to fix it up. I'll just make it go quiet. Then I don't have to put up with it.
Oh, funny. Oh, look, Ellie. Hello, welcome. I love the name Russian. Is it Russian? Well, I know Igor Stravinsky is a Russian composer, and many other Igors that I know are from that part of the world. So yeah, let us know, Igor, where that comes from. Oh, gold. Oh, right. I'm going to let you drive from now on. Leon says, I don't agree with the Vulcan buyout, but on the bright side, the Aussie government will definitely want their taxes and hopefully want a full accounting.
Yeah, I have a sneaky suspicion there's a lot of money earned that hasn't been declared as income. I would have
agree.
Very, very, I think that would be very fair to say that would be a very high chance.
Yeah.
Igor.
Yeah.
I'm in Brisbane. I watch your lives on replay all the time, but just manage.
Well, Igor, we're very, very happy to have you here.
Thank you very much for joining, Igor. We'll hopefully don't disappoint.
His
from
parents
Serbia.
Are from Serbia. I've never been to Serbia. Nice.
Oh, here we go. Now
it's all coming out now. Neighbours, I am Greek. Look at this little community we've got going on. I love it.
Serbia must be near Greece, then, is it?
Yeah, it must be to the right of Greece when you look at a map, I presume.
Is that why we're upside down?
Yeah. I saw a really funny thing the other day. I think it was on Facebook of a map for Australians, and literally everything was.
Well, Miner, g'day.
Oh, well, Miner, we missed you.
Thanks, mate. We've been waiting for you to turn up, Well, Miner.
We've been
waiting.
Knew
it would happen.
Literally, we have nothing to talk about, but we said we're not going to leave until that whale miner comes on.
We've been calling out for you, and eventually you're here. So thank you very much.
Yeah.
Whale miner in the house.
Yes, fantastic. Oh, we've got. Sorry, wouldn't be the same without him, is what? Yeah.
It's just not the same without Whale miner.
No. We've got some little exchanges going on.
Yeah.
Okay. So Serbia, Croatia. It's Croatia that I know. So it is to the kind of north of Greece. Got you, Ellie. Yeah.
I'm glad you do.
My geography. It's a gorgeous part of the world. Absolutely gorgeous. I've been to Croatia. So I've been to that area. It's beautiful.
I've been to Australia.
Yeah, that's beautiful as well. It's just full of Aussies, though, which is a shame. But, can't have everything.
Yeah, but at least we're scattered around the place, so you don't really have to put up with many of us.
You don't bump into you.
No.
How's your girl getting on her travels, by the way?
She's all right.
Yeah.
But over there it's summer and it's cold.
Cold.
Let alone
Rainy.
what it's going to be like in winter.
Grey. Yeah.
So I'm sure.
Yeah, but that's the thing in the UK. We don't really get any colder. We just get wetter and windier. And you see, I'd love to have proper seasons, but we don't tend to get that in the UK. We tend to just get a mishmash of greyness and wetness and just some highlights of sun now and then.
Our winters are fairly cold and wet, but not cold like what you get. And our summers are hot, way hotter than yours and drier.
Yeah.
And boom!
Boom! You two crazy guys are on. That's what we are. We're crazy guys. Are we crazy guys? I'd like to think we're crazy guys.
We are now.
I love to have that reputation. Oh, those two crazy crypto guys. That's hilarious.
We were talking earlier, Whale Miner, because Ellie's going to help us do some training of people doing crypto trading stuff.
Yeah.
Because she's done a lot of trading stuff and knows how to do all the chart stuff and all that sort of thing. And of course, what springs to mind is you. You're one of those guys too. So
always in our thoughts, Whale Miner.
and you said you were going to join Discord, so you could link up with me, have you installed Discord yet so you can at least DM me?
Come on,
And
well,
if you don't know what,
come
if you don't know what
and join
DM
us.
is, it's direct message. In case you didn't know what DM is,
I love it.
just saying it. Like,
come on, Welliner. We need
Yeah.
you.
we need you.
Your Discord needs you.
Yeah, I need him to offer his expertise for
Yes.
things that we're doing.
Yeah. Yeah.
Well, it's 5:20. It's
12:23. Yeah, you're 2 hours ahead of us. Yeah.
Yeah, so we're 6 hours ahead of you.
Yeah. That's not too
Ellie,
bad.
that is.
Yeah,
6 ahead of Ellie. Yeah.
Yeah.
Be right back after lunch.
Oh, BR. I thought he was trying to say BNB. I got all confused there. But sorry, she. I'm very confused. Ellie. BRB. After we look. Okay.
Yeah, WA is a bloody big state, and a state with very little in it as such, but there's a lot of beautiful places in the state.
Keith, you are in Western Australia.
Yeah, I know.
So don't cancel yourself out.
Yeah, I said that it's a bloody big state.
With very little in it. But
very little in it. Australia. But there are some spots in it which are really good.
Like Keith's Farm, for example.
Yeah, like where we are. It's good, yes.
Yeah.
The Kimberleys is good, but it's bloody hot and humid, so you want to go there in the winter time.
What's the Kimberleys? Is that a mountain range? No. What is the Kimberleys? I know Kimberley is a biscuit. It's a biscuit. It's a really nice biscuit with like marshmallow in the middle.
If you went up there, you would absolutely love it.
What is it?
It's a part of the state.
But is it mountains?
Well, it's got some stuff. I'll just try and bring something up.
Okay.
To at least.
You see, I say this a lot, but every day is a school day on here, right? We're now learning a bit of geography in Western
I'm just
Australia.
going to bring some generalized photos. I haven't.
Okay.
All I did was Google, and so.
Okay.
So the Kimberley region is this north part of Western Australia, right?
Yeah. Oh my God, look at that.
And so you got these gorges and stuff like that.
So it's a bit like the Grand Canyon, but Australian style.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
But I used to live here in Broome. But it's tropical. This is all tropical climate. Yeah. But yeah, it's some beautiful beaches and some areas up there. Obviously very remote and very few people and all that sort of stuff.
Nice. That looks gorgeous.
Yeah, but what happens if I put in geez. That there, right. Can't it show? See, when I put in Southwest, all it does is give stupid maps. I don't want maps.
Yeah. Landscape. Landscape. That's it. Oh yes.
That's like Albany stuff.
That looks nice.
That's sort of like the coast down where we are.
Yeah.
That's way inland. Esperance, where you got Pink Lake.
Ooh, why is it pink? Is it the minerals or is it toxic?
Yeah. No. It's to do with the sort of algae stuff that grows in it.
Yeah. That's cool.
Yeah. Anyway.
Nice. Very nice.
I've got a visitor.
Oh, don't tell me it's Thor. It's getting big.
Isn't he ever?
He's getting big. Look at him. Oh, hello, Thor.
He's going to run away from me. That's what he's going to do.
Look. Well, you haven't got a bottle, have you? So,
yeah.
He's a handful, that little kid of yours.
Yeah.
Oh, is he still living in the house with you? In your bar conversion?
He got kicked out 2 nights ago.
Oh.
Yeah.
Is that because he was being naughty?
He's just got to that point where he needs to go outside. He's a goat.
Does he agree that he needs to go outside?
Not really.
No. No. Yikes.
But like that's just what's got to be done.
Yeah.
We know whale miner, it's all good, mate. We get it. We know there's everyone's going through stuff. Got lots of stuff.
We were just talking about how busy life is earlier, whale miner, before you came on. There's not enough time. I certainly don't have time to go back to work. That's all I'm saying.
The inland of Western Australia, there's some really nice things when you're driving in the outback, and particularly obviously at night time for this, what I'm about to say, is when you've got a black sky. So you want to be out there on like when there's no moon. And so you got really bright star lit night, but you to stop in the middle of the road wherever you are out in the middle of nowhere. And because there's no lights for hundreds of kilometers away, you get out and the world looks like a big dome over your head. It's just amazing with all these bright stars and stuff. Like there's very few places in the world where you can really sort of get that experience where you got these really clear nights, but but you just look at the sky and it's like awe-inspiring where you got all of these stars just doing their thing, and it's just it's pretty cool.
I love that. I've got all sorts of star maps and this kind of thing. And interestingly, although I'm back home now where we live in the West Midlands, and there's a lot of light pollution here. But where we go in Wales, to our little caravan site, it's a specially defined place, I think called the Dark Skies Project or something.
Oh, yeah.
And cool. Oh my God, the sky, it's probably very similar, believe it or not, to what you experience, because you just look up and you can see the Milky Way, you can see everything, and I almost die with the beauty of it. I mean, and the vastness of it. I just find it incredible.
Yeah, I used to do a fair bit of astronomy.
Oh, I love it.
But that's where beside me here is actually me 12-inch telescope.
I've got a telescope too.
Yeah.
I love it. It just makes you.
This is like a 12-inch reflector. So it's obviously the one with the big mirror on the bottom. And I've obviously used to do a lot of that sort of stuff.
Incredible.
And I used to be like, when we were in Mantra, I used to be a member of the WA Astronomical Society. So I used to go out on their nights, and so you see other guys with their fancier gear, and you can compare it to your own, and this has actually held its own really well compared to others. So it's a good scope. But it's there's a lot of interesting stuff even with a telescope to see. With different galaxies and stuff.
I love it. Absolutely love it.
You would see the Andromeda galaxy, which we don't get down here because it's below our horizon.
Of course,
but you get it in the northern hemisphere, though.
Yeah.
But that's the nearest big galaxy that we have. But it's a pain because we don't get to see that from where we are. But we get the center of the universe of our galaxy though, where you guys don't.
Fascinating stuff.
Yeah, but there's lots of different things, but it's all good.
Yeah.
Like, it's whatever.
Yeah. Leon, like all kids, they have to leave the house sooner or later, even if they have to be shoved out. So right, Leon. So right. Sometimes they don't get the message though, do they? And they come back.
Yeah, he's looked after, but yeah, he's
Yeah. I don't know how I would ever going back to working. My day is so full now with life. I know, well, Minor, that's my problem. 2 weeks today, I will be back full time in work. I can't even contemplate how that's going to work for me because my day is so full with stuff that I need to do. I just don't get it. But anyway. Oh, look. Sorry, I'm taking over again. Leon Decord wanted to be an astrophysicist when I was younger until I found no real money in it. It's similar with music, my love. Similar with music. No money in it unless you're big.
It sounds like wonderful titles, but that's all it is a title. Like, a lot of it is grants based. And so you get a research grant for doing whatever it is that you are researching.
Yeah.
And if you don't get your research grant, I'm sorry, you don't get paid. And so a lot of it is trying to get apply for and to get grants that allow you to do whatever it is that you want to do. It's a shit of a thing. Like, but isn't that just the way life is? Where you want to, what you necessarily want to do isn't really what you can do, because it has constraints.
Unless you're a certain yomp god, then you don't care, and you just do whatever to make money. But yeah, if you're a fair-minded, upholding member of society, then unfortunately, unless you're incredibly lucky, like my husband, for example, the current Mr. Chalk, who has sworn that he's never worked a day in his life because what he does gives him joy. But unfortunately, we're not all in that position.
No. A lot of, there are people that say that sort of thing, yes. I guess to do that, you'd have to be one of the lucky ones, but he probably doesn't see it that way, but maybe he does. I know you just said he does, but...
Well, he does, but having said that, he is a self-employed musician. And going back to Leon's point...
Yeah.
When he's working, it pays very great, but when he's not working, obviously he doesn't.
Yeah.
So it's up and down. But there is something to be said for happiness as well. That's for sure. And certainly when he's working, he does most of the time gets great joy from it, which is nice. But anyway, that's
I guess that's half the battle won.
Yeah.
If you can enjoy doing what you're doing.
Yeah, it's just a shame happiness doesn't pay the bills, really.
Well, unless scamming people made you happy.
Well, and I think for some it does, clearly. Because why would they do it again and again and again and again and again? When clearly they've got enough money that they don't have to continue doing it.
Yeah, but to keep stepping the bar up, like always raising the bar.
Never enough. That's the trouble, isn't it? And I think that is true. In terms of money, we all think, oh, if I could just earn X amount, or if I just had X amount. But the awful thing about money is it's generally never enough. And the bar is always getting higher and higher. It's never enough. That's the problem. That's the problem.
Yeah,
But
it's a
anyway.
challenge, isn't it?
Yeah. Yeah.
But, you know, like I was talking to the brew guys today, and
Yeah.
like they're talking about sort of we're talking about more or less like integrity of project, right?
Yeah.
And like Brian could bring the people to a project, and yet they would end up losing their money. But I personally would find it difficult to bring people to a project, but I wouldn't be doing the scammy stuff.
No.
And so when you're doing something that's legitimate, it always seems like a harder road than if you're doing scammy stuff, because you can offer all these hopes and dreams in a scammy world, and not lose any sleep over it. But in the real world, you can't offer all those hopes and dreams because they don't exist. You know, there's no easy fix to it. So, like, if you guys want to invest on hopes and dreams and all this pumpy dumpy stuff, then, you know, the hype driven stuff, then I'm sorry, but a real project is not for you. You know, go and enjoy your degen play stuff and just make real projects suffer, because that's what happens. I just wish there was a way of getting people to invest in real projects like they invest into fake shit.
Yeah.
But not, and they would realize that they don't have to deal with so much risk. Of course there is a risk, but so much risk. I mean,
it's the risk that many feel, it's the risk that
I know,
attracts, isn't it? That's
it's funny,
problem.
isn't it? It's funny how it works. I know. There's no real way to make it sound good with what I'm saying, because it's just it's the paradox that just doesn't work.
Yeah.
Like, people want the adrenaline rush. They want the risk. They want the pump from going, I'm in this thing. I'm in
That's
it
why
now.
people do bungee
is it going to give me
jumps.
Yeah.
I've never done a bungee jump. That tells you a lot. That tells you a lot, I think. I do laugh every time you say pumpy dumpy. Because I don't know if you've got the same saying in Australia, but rumpy pumpy, do you know what that is?
No.
It's a quaint saying in the UK. Time for a bit of rumpy pumpy. Just let your imagination. Rumpy pumpy is naughty stuff.
Oh, you and Leon. Oh, that'd be right.
Bit time for rumpy pumpy. So every time you say pumpy dumpy, in my head, I'm thinking rumpy pumpy, which is something completely different. Let's just say that.
I'm with you,
pumpy.
Eagle.
I think rumpy pumpy. Have you heard of the Carry On films? Do you know the Carry On films with Sid James and all of that? So these were like a series of of films made in the UK back in like 70s, 80s, no, probably 60s, 70s. And it was all very provocative, kind of really naughty kind of stuff, but made into comedy. And they're hilarious. It's hilarious stuff, but it's all very 60s, 70s. And they used to talk about rumpy pumpy a lot. Let's just say that. So it must be a British thing. Never heard of that talk. Yeah, rumpy pumpy. So just think, every time you say pumpy dumpy, I'm thinking of something very naughty that's called rumpy pumpy.
But I'm sure everyone here understands what I'm talking about with this overdriven, fake hype shit, you know, like where they offer these returns and rewards and benefits of doing something, and it's like, serious.
I know, but you're right. But it's marketing hype, isn't it? Oh my God, sorry. It's marketing hype that we can't do in COF because there's integrity at the center of what you do.
Well, it's bad enough with even the announcements that I've made and haven't come to fruition. Like, it's just drives you nuts. But At the end of the day, like, whatever, burn me at the stake. It is what it is. Like,
Yeah.
It's real.
So,
That's why I have issues,
yeah.
because it's
Well,
real.
that's it.
Like,
That's
it's just
it.
what it is.
So
Other
Leon
people,
says, I hate chasing money, love what I do, but hate convincing clients to spend money to fix their problems before it costs them. I get paid either way. I make more money on their bad decisions, but hate it. Yeah, it's hard, isn't it? My son recently went into working for a sales company, selling kitchens. And he just wasn't cut out for it because he's too honest, you know, and he can't make false promises. And he just didn't last because he just couldn't do it. It's hard. Well, Miner knows about Carry On movies. So, Well, Miner, when I say Rumpy Pumpy, you kind of know what I'm talking about, right? It's that kind of innuendo kind of stuff that went on in those Carry On movies. They are very funny. Everybody should look up Carry On movies. They're very, very of their time. So they're very 60s, 70s, but they're very, very funny.
That's what I've just done.
Carry On movies. Yeah, you should watch it. There's like loads of them. So they're called like Carry On Doctor, Carry On, I don't know.
Carry On Sergeant, Carry On Nurse, Carry On Teacher.
Yeah, it's hilarious. And you couldn't get away with it now. But
Carry On Constable.
Yeah.
Regardless, Cruising,
so
Cabbie.
And I think they're even more funny now because what's in those films is so socially unacceptable now. It's all kind of harmless fun, but it's completely innuendo all the time.
But the way it is now is stupid, though. Like, we all agree with that, surely. Like,
now. I know.
All this woke shit is just stupid.
Yeah.
Like, but the problem is that the community as a whole gets what they deserve. They vote for it, they get it, and that's what you get.
Yeah.
Unfortunately, that's just the way it is.
Yeah. Absolutely. Yeah.
Problem is, I'm on the side of politics that isn't winning at the moment, so of course,
just got to
put up with it.
Why
at the moment you got the Conservatives? It's good. Yeah, I know you're a wokey. I get it. You're driving your electric car and you're in this woke world.
God, if only. No, I was brought up in the north of England by a working class family. So I am so far from being conservative. It's unbelievable. But also the Conservatives are with Boris Johnson the last few years. And, you know, we were talking about COVID.
How can it be if you grew up in a working class? That would make you a conservative.
No, Labour. Working man, trade unions, all of that. The trouble is, Margaret Thatcher was a conservative. Yeah, and although I loved having a woman as the Prime Minister, she literally broke, well, personal opinions here, but she broke the country in terms of so many things. But anyway, let's not get into all of that.
She did a lot of good stuff too.
The problem with her reign was we talked a lot in this live stream about honesty, integrity, and having the good of something at its heart. But what Margaret Thatcher brought in, personal opinion, is self comes first, and that set a tone for the country that I don't think we've ever recovered from. But they're just my personal opinions. And don't talk to me about Boris Johnson. Just don't.
We love him.
Keith, you and I just might have to fall out about this.
Such is life. You can agree to disagree, but you just got to agree with me.
Okay. That man is a buffoon, and I'm being nice.
Yeah, but that's what makes him funny.
Good God, don't even. I mean, we've been talking about a scammer a lot in this live stream. Boris Johnson, Brian Legend, that kind of person. Oh my God. And I'd put those two in the same kind of category in terms of when it comes to their characteristics.
I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I was just reading a comment. What did you just say? Boris Johnson and who?
Yom God.
Oh, God, Jesus Christ. Oh, God. How the hell you come up with that one?
Igor, I never agreed with our female Prime Minister who the public never voted in. Who? Igor's in Australia.
Julia Gillard.
I'm not really up on my Australian politics. I've got to admit, I'm afraid.
Yeah, I'm telling you who Boris Johnson is. I know you're Prime Minister.
Yeah.
Or ex-Prime Minister, but you don't know ours.
No. Says it all, really, doesn't it? I'm very parochial when it comes to politics. To be honest, though,
in Australia, the Labor Party, which is the so-called working class party, right?
Yeah.
They are the progressives.
Okay.
And they are the green activist type mob.
Okay.
So essentially essentially in Australia, you've got this thing where you've got the working class government that wants to shut down the working class from working.
Okay.
By turning everything to Chinese jobs and all this sort of stuff.
I do think it's different in the UK. What I would say is we get so much from America and the UK. The only time we really hear about Australian politics is when it's regarding the Constitution and the royal family. And apart from that, we don't really hear a lot because we get so bombarded with everything from the US. So I can tell you everything about Donald Trump.
He's the best president out is Trumpy.
He's amazing. Biden is, and when
Biden, no way. No, it's just I just can't believe crazy. You can have Biden have so many things go wrong and yet still be like it's just I just don't get it.
I mean, and apologies to Leon because I know you're in the US, but from where from what we hear in the UK about American politics, it just sounds like an absolute disaster.
I bet.
Sorry.
I bet you that Leon loves Biden. I reckon he loves. I guarantee it. He loves Biden.
Do you know what I think? Every time, on a really simplistic level, when I look at the US, and you had Trump, and I'm sorry, that man. If I was living there, I'd have stabbed him years ago. But anyway, so you got Trump, you got Biden. This is what is the population of the US? Isn't it 200 odd million? Okay. And the best you can come up with for presidential candidates are the likes of Donald Trump and Joe Biden and some of the others. And you just look at them and think, what is going wrong there? What? There's a population of over 200 million and they're the cream of the crop. I don't get it, Leon. Tell us.
Leon for president. Leon for president.
I agree. Leon's smart. Oh my God. What does Leon say? When politicians or people will not compromise, there is no way forward. Absolutely right. Absolutely right.
No, when chalk has to compromise.
Chalk never compromises. Never.
We're at an impasse.
An impasse. I can't believe we've gone into politics. What's happened to us today, Keep the Crypto Woman? We never talk about politics.
We're just being light on the surface. We're not going anything deeper than that.
No.
But of course, my views is more centre right than any other way.
Okay.
So because I'm a conservative centre right, and that's just what farmers and this type of industry is.
Yeah.
Because the left-wing governments do not support us at all. They only make our lives more difficult. They want to basically shut us down, and I'm not interested in left at all. You can keep all your progressive stuff and whatever. It's just crazy.
Yeah. My biggest problem with the Conservative government in the UK, the biggest problem is that they took us out of Europe. And for that, I will never forgive.
Yeah, Nigel's good. Nigel did a good job.
Now you know how to get my blood pressure up.
You love a bit of Farage.
Literally, I feel sick when I even think of him.
We get him a bit on TV over here, you know.
Do you? Oh, I wish he'd moved to Australia.
No, he's coming back for
running in
this. He's going to run again in this next election over there. You know that, don't you?
Nothing would surprise me.
Yeah, they're going to do the same again so the Conservatives can win.
Nothing would surprise me. If this government gets in again in the UK, I mean, literally, I can't live here. Because if people are that stupid to re-vote in this government. Anyway, let's not, because I'm aware that people from the UK might be watching this and they won't agree with what I'm saying, and I'm calling them stupid, and I don't need to do that at all, because we're all entitled to our own opinions.
Yeah, we don't know. Like, it's just what it is. Like, you know, I can say
the problem is none of it works. None of it works. I think whatever governments are in, there's not one party that I can agree with that sits with my votes or represents me, and there never will be.
But I don't think you'll ever find that.
No, I know.
Paradise, like that euphoria of just perfection.
No, I know, but it just from thinking of the UK's perspective, it feels like politics is broken.
It's like that here too, don't worry.
Yeah, I know, and that kind of Leon. As an American like me, I troll host the world of stupid politics. I do not trust any political party. It is party first, people second. My platform is do not elect incumbents. I think, do you know what? I just said politics is broken in the UK. And if I could summarize it in one way, I would also say, I do not trust any political party. It is party first, people second. That's absolutely right. And what I hear in our House of Commons, which is where all the debates happen, is literally that the people are lost in this. It is about the party has to win, no matter what that means. And the people who these parties are representing supposedly have absolutely lost touch with that, because they've backed themselves into corners because they have to win the party line, and that's where it's all gone wrong. End. That's it.
Yeah.
No,
but it's just difficult, isn't it? Like, I get it. Like, it's no matter what your viewpoint is on politics, you're always going to be not happy.
That's true.
Like,
that is true.
You can be a far lefty or a far righty or anywhere in between, and you're not going to be happy. There's just, it's just not going to happen. You might be a little bit more content for a period of time, but you're never really going to be happy. You know, because there's always going to be things that they do which just beggars belief. Like, it's just like, you serious?
Brexit. Yeah, you're right.
But that's why the one good thing we have in Australia is that we have King Charles as our head of state.
Now I think you are being slightly sarcastic now.
No. The good thing about having King Charles as our head of state is that we don't have a power-tripping politician that is our head of state.
Oh, I see.
They can always be kicked out by the king or the queen.
Yeah.
And because of the position that, like, Queen Elizabeth was in for umpteen years, since 1952 or whatever.
Yeah.
Only once enacted to get rid of Whitlam government in 1973 or whatever it was, through the Governor General. because the Governor General in Australia is the Queen's representative or the King's representative.
Yeah.
So that's their technical country's authority or head of state, but our actual head of state is like King Charles. But because they don't interfere in politics, it, as a rule, just means that if our politicians were going to mess up to a degree that was seriously going to be bad, and I thought COVID would almost be bad enough, but anyway, obviously we can go further, then the King or the Queen is able to take control or to remove them from government. And that is one thing that we have that is really good, that no matter what, you don't have a person or a career politician or anyone that becoming a head of state and just becoming a Putin or a Xi or
that's true,
Biden or whatever you want to call them, like those governments that the head of state is it. You know, when for us we have our prime minister, but they are not the highest person in the land. And so that's where the royal family is extremely important. People might not realize how important it is, but just for putting that line of separation in it, it is very important. And I know
although I suspect there are many don't agree with that line in your good country.
Of course. Yeah, no, there's a fairly strong Republican push coming on in Australia again. Because the last election or the last referendum for that was in 1999 to become separate from the UK and to get an Australian head of state. But when you dive into it, really, I just don't know why anyone would want an Australian head of state, because it's not so much of the country where they're from, it's just an ability to overrule an authoritative government. Like if a government does shit against their people, at least they can be removed. Whereas you lose that and it's all up to, like, good luck trying to remove them. You'll end up with them, you can potentially end up with someone is able to invoke powers to end up abusing the system, like keep themselves in a position of power for a lot longer than what they're meant to, and create all sorts of other things, that's why our military and that is on Majesty service, is on, that's why we have HMS. And so because the military and that is governed by the royal family. Not by the government.
Interesting, isn't it?
And that's where, like,
I agree. I'm not a royalist at all.
I get it.
I don't think I'd want to see the back of the royal family. A lot of what goes around the royal family and the money involved and all that, I don't buy into at all. However, constitutionally, I do believe it is the right. You're right. It's a protection, isn't it? Against,
of course,
raving
of
lunatics,
course, the family's always going to have their things. Yes, I get that. But at the end of the day, when you look at the consequences of if you didn't have it that way, I know which side I would prefer to have, and that's the one that I have now, where we do have the ability to have an overruling power over our Prime Minister, to be able to protect us, essentially, like, because that's what it, and if they don't interfere in politics, then all the better.
Agreed. We can agree on that. We can't agree on other things, but we can agree on that.
We can agree on a lot of stuff. It's just that when you're having a conversation like this, you're just talking the talking points. You're not talking about
Exactly.
the nitty gritty, the reason
Yeah.
why your opinion is that, and I'm not telling you the reason why my opinion is that, because if we got into that level of conversation, you'd probably agree with me, and I'll probably agree with you.
Yeah.
You know, on those things that you think you don't agree on. You know, it's just the way it works. This is just a conversational talking points, but yeah, I definitely won't be voting for a Republican. For a Republic, that's for sure.
No.
Because you seen what they did in COVID, and would you want that free reign of power to be potentially worse? And no, with no ability to stop it, because that would mean the military and that is all, because the governments are ruled by military, right? So usually if there's a coup or something like that, it's whoever takes over the military takes over the government.
Yeah.
And, you know, so that's usually, and that's why, like, when you got the military serving for, like, King Charles, that's where, you know, like, it's them as head of state. But if we had our Australian government or person as head of state, then the military would be controlled by them, and there would be no one higher than them to be able to remove a rogue actor. Of course, King Charles could be a rogue actor and do stupid shit, but they don't get involved in. But they don't get involved in politics. Yeah, I know.
He is a rogue, but I don't think in that way.
I know they don't get involved in politics, though. That's the thing.
No, they don't. No, they don't.
You know, that's where, like, they've got their place as a absolute last resort backup thing.
Yeah,
but that's all they're good for. So
that's true.
I'm quite happy for Australia to have the Union Jack on there if it means that we've got security of head of state.
Yeah,
but others may or may not agree. You're allowed to. It's your choice. You can do whatever you want.
Yeah,
but
no, I agree. Keith Crypto Farmer, we've now been going for 2 hours and 6 minutes, and I do have to go because, you know, we were talking about busy lives earlier. I've got a few things I need to do today.
Really?
Yeah. So I'm going to have to go, but this has been fun. I think this is our longest live stream ever. Is it?
Don't know. We went for a long time the other day, a week or so ago, whatever it was.
Yeah, we did.
2 weeks ago or something. There was a long one.
It's a good opportunity to put the world to rights, you know, and politics was clearly on the agenda today.
That's what we're here for, is to, you know, correct all the wrongs. And fix it all up.
The fact that nobody listens to us has got nothing to do with it.
Shit, I think you're right too. Oh no, we did 2 hours and 8.
Oh, did we?
Yeah.
We're about to go over that. Oh, look, Leon, I've enjoyed your chat. Well, Leon, we have enjoyed having you with us again.
You said Leon. That was Igor.
Oh, sorry, Igor. Do you know what? Earlier, Ellie was commenting and I thought it was Leon. I've got Leon on the brain. Igor, sorry.
Yeah,
I enjoyed having you here, my love. That's for sure. I am going slightly cross-eyed, though. I think the older I get, the less I can read for many reasons. But there you go. Anyway. Jason Hayes is here.
Gee, hi, Jason. You'd want to have a boring day to watch back 2 hours.
No, Jason, what we covered today, we've covered world politics. We talked a bit about COVID. We talked about the fact I don't want to go back to work. We talked about we did talk about Yomp a bit, didn't we?
Yeah, we talked about Calf and Rev.
People, criminals, basically, that think it's okay to steal people's money. But, you know, that's what we talk about a lot in this community, isn't it? So, yeah, an interesting little 2 hours today, or not, depending on your viewpoint. Igor,
hopefully it's all right.
Wrong. Thank you, Igor.
Oh, don't let her off so easy, mate. Come on.
You're cheeky. You're a cheeky monkey.
Thank you very much. Oh, geez, I'm bloody choke on myself.
Oh, Ellie's back. See you.
Oh, she had a lunch.
She had a lunch, and we're still going on. We're still prattling on, Ellie, about
She's
nothing.
lucky. Yeah, we got rid of the politics now, so.
Oh my God, Leon, it would be nice if you switched to Sundays. Nice
Well, we
and
can
short
switch some
conversation.
Sunday next week. That's fine. We'll just go Sunday.
I can't do next Sunday.
See, that's right, Leon. There you go.
I have a brunch date next Sunday. But
Who's
next
the
Monday,
girlfriend this time?
No, it's not a girlfriend. It's a couple that we were at college with. So we haven't seen them for years and years and years and years.
So you're having a foursome?
Yes, we're having a foursome. So that's next Sunday. But we can still do next Monday for the last time. And then I'm working after that. 2 weeks today. Did I tell you that? 2 weeks today, I'll be back at work.
I'm laughing inside.
I know. Ellie's going for siesta now. It's so hot there. Ellie, enjoy your siesta.
Absolutely.
Oh, Mr. Politics. She didn't miss much, let me tell you. We just disagreed because Keith is wrong. No, I think we agreed that.
What it is that I'm right and Chalk is not, okay?
Oh my God.
I don't know what happened there. For some reason, it just went just me. So
it's funny how it does that now and then, isn't it?
I know. It's just got a mind of its own and just does it.
Oh, Ellie, don't watch it if you're a Conservative supporter, because I'm not, and I did say a few things. Probably I shouldn't, but there you go.
No, we're all allowed to have. There's even times with the what I call the Conservative government here, and like I like to say, I'm centre right, but they give me the shits too. Don't worry, I get it. Like it's bloody annoying where whatever side you're on, the government.
Well,
just
that's it. There's nothing perfect, like we said. There is nothing perfect apart from Ellie. Ellie's perfect.
Of course.
Thank you, sweetnesses. I love that. Well, thank you, Ellie. It's good to have you here. Right, I think we're going to say au revoir. Do you hear that French? I'm very European-y. Au revoir.
Au revoir.
Au revoir, everybody. So we will see you same time, same place, if not before.
Thank you very much, everyone, for joining in.
You.
And geez, we're up to 7 now. Far out. We're going to have to keep going.
Just as we're going and everybody joins us.
Thank you very much, Ellie, Jason, of course,
Igor,
Leon,
Whale Miner, Leon.
Igor, Whale Miner.
Who else did we have?
Oh,
we said Ellie. I think that was it.
Ellie just types too much, doesn't she?
We don't want to miss anybody.
Geez, you scroll up the screen and Ellie just takes so much of the chat.
Ellie is active Ellie. She's now going to be known as Active Ellie.
She's a chatter and a half, isn't she? Bloody hell. Like, just doesn't stop.
Oh, Whale Miners. Oh!
Au revoir.
Au revoir, ma chérie. Au revoir, ma chérie.
Speak bloody English. What's wrong with this?
Oh, I love a bit of French. Anyway, we are going to go.
Oh, yeah. Now we know it's Milky, it's Leon, it's Chris Cruz. Yeah.
All of them. Right, we are going to go.
Daniel Prado.
Anybody. But Keith, you're on my list as well, so that's okay.
Oh.
We will see you all again. Thank you so much.
Thank you for joining in. Cheers, guys. See you later.
Bye, everybody.